coming of age in the 1980s, the Brat Pack was near the center of your cultural awareness. But for those of us experiencing it from the inside, the Brat Pack was something very different. I don't think, in any way, it's like this definitive thing of this is what the Brat Pack was. It's very subjective, it initiated from my perspective and my curiosity of wanting to know. This really altered my life and affected my life. It seems silly, it's just a term, just the Brat Pack. I mean, who cares? It means nothing. And yet it did affect our lives. It affected our careers, it affected the way we were perceived in the public, affected the way we were perceived in the business, and affected how I felt about myself for many, many years. And so I just wanted to connect with other people who shared that. And that would be a small club. Hey, Emilio Estevez. This is Andrew McCarthy calling you. Hey, Allie. Hey, Demi. Hey, Molly. Let's call Rob.
Hello. Judd?
Had the Brat Pack not existed, I would most likely be some guy who was in some popular 80s movies, and that would be that. But because the Brat Pack exists, I'm part of this iconic and iconically affectionate group that, represents, like we were talking about, this moment for a whole generation. And we represent that, And so in that way, the Brat Pack is this extraordinary blessing. Rob and I talk about that in the movie where Rob says, something people are still talking about 35 years later is kind of an amazing thing. And would we be just talking about the movies themselves if it weren't attached to the Brat Pack? I think less so.
Being in the Brat Pack not only changed all of our lives, it changed what entertainment is. I mean, I'm not going to say we were the Beatles or anything.
Well, we didn't fill Shea Stadium. There were moments.
We could have. 1985. I think we could have.
I think we can all look back on our lives and kind of go, oh, there was before and there was after that moment, And I used to think this about that moment, and now I've come to see it as something else. A lot of times we think stuff happens to our life and it just seems awful at the time. And then in time we will kind of realize what a blessing that was. So one of the themes of the movie really is time and aging and perspective and how that changes over time.
Want more entertainment news? Follow On the Red Carpet on social and subscribe on YouTube.